Gather close, dear friends, and let me share a tale from a valley where the earth hums with life, and the heart learns its hardest lessons. In this quiet place, where golden wheat danced under a boundless sky and the adhan floated from a humble mosque, lived Hassan, a farmer whose fields fed his village. His harvests were bountiful, his name spoken with warmth, but beneath his warm smile, Hassan carried a quiet deceit. To stretch his yield, he'd mix lesser grains into his sacks, selling them as pure. "It's only a handful," he'd whisper, stacking coins under the flickering light of his lantern. The villagers, trusting his kind eyes, never questioned him. Hassan's heart wasn't at ease. Each night, he'd make dua, reciting, "Oh Allah, make my sustenance pure," Surah Al-Baqarah, 2:172, but his actions strayed. He'd kneel on his prayer mat, guilt heavy like damp soil, yet return to his fields each dawn, blending inferior grains. "No one's harmed," he told himself, pushing down the ache in his soul. One autumn, the village headman announced a grand harvest festival. The farmer with the finest grain would supply the mosque's charity kitchen for a year, a prestigious honor, plus a new plow to ease their labor. Hassan's ambition stirred. He imagined his name praised, his fields thriving with that plow. He prepared his best sack, but old habits lingered. He mixed in lesser grains, certain his skill would mask the flaw. "It's still good enough," he thought, brushing off the weight in his chest. The festival bloomed with color. Children laughed, drums echoed, and the scent of roasted lamb filled the air. Farmers presented their sacks at the village square, where elders tested each for quality. When Hassan's turn came, he stood tall, his sack gleaming under the sun. The head elder, a woman with a gaze like tempered steel, sifted his grain. Her fingers paused. She held a handful to the light, revealing dull, uneven kernels among the golden ones. "This is not pure," she said, her voice steady but kind. The crowd murmured. Hassan's breath caught. His sister, watching nearby, lowered her eyes, her silence louder than any scolding. That night, Hassan sat alone by his fields, the stars cold above. The prophet's words echoed in his mind. "Whoever cheats is not one of us." Sahih Muslim. His small deceit had cost him the honor, the plow, and the village's trust. Shame burned, but so did resolve. At far, he prayed with trembling hands, vowing to change. From that day, Hassan sowed only his finest seeds, toiled longer, and sold only pure grain. Villagers noticed. Slowly, they returned, their trust mending with each honest sack. By the next harvest, his grain fed the mosque's kitchen, not as a prize, but as a gift. Hassan's lessons spread through the valley. Deceit may fill your hands, but only truth fills your heart. And so, as the wheat sways and the adhan calls, his story lives on, a gentle reminder for all who listen. Honesty, though heavy, reaps a harvest that endures.